Then he says that we are interested in knowing the full chain of risk and issues and so you are interested in knowing. It means you don't know. And when you are interested in knowing something, you ask questions. You don't jump into hasty conclusions. That's number 3. Then number 4, he says the CEO of Gold Board will not admit losses, but will say that there is some cost anywhere. Hello, I said Gold Board has not made losses, and you have not been able to show that Gold Board has made losses. All you're talking about is cost under a BOG program. And you want to create an impression that cost under a BOG program on BOG books is Gold Board's cost. Where did you get that kind of analysis from? Where? So you are wrong. And we are not sharing blames, because what the BOG has done is worthy of commendation, like all Ghanaians are commending them.
Asama mi bisa no penny say, Sammy Gyamfie, CEO of Gold Board. Where nya bibi ama wase a, mo sorry ni tiri so no, mo ba no kro no. Ye nyina ye wo ha na kuntabuo ni ba say, for the first time in the history of Ghana, ebra Gold Board e ba ye no. Ye tibi akoton gold ama wo man no yen forex no sika yenya every $1 billion.
Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah NPP MP na papa no na say wa running the mouth sana Sammy Gyamfie say diarrhea na ache no o say na no diarrhea na ache no adan ya Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah say Gold Board ka omabo no Sammy Gyamfie onimu bi ono na aspire head amasa aka no aba na Sammy Gyamfie ni Bank of Ghana ne the finance minister Dr. K.S. Ato forcing ana omaka mu abom na omase Ato is forcing ben ozi mu huhe enche kana eba beba no ebe mene Ghana na sa fake manipulation na Bank of Ghana Governor Johnson Asiama aye na adwin so oh yeah omase oh CD ni peja CD ni a better performing currency o say munyai na enche eba be krambo eba be tofom bio na anu ya e kofre papa no say nkone Sammy Gyamfie oh news for 1-on-1 o me answer question etwen ya the question we dey obe answer wama ana gosuma na gola so omra kabiru so betra ho a chese obe ya bu Sammy Gyamfie bobo na adwene ke kan na adwene a we na Sammy Gyamfie say na say Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah be sumo obi am oni ma bi die chinya ye wa ana Bryce Simon osu imani Ghana uno muna wo Nkrumah da yi we when you first your business de o ke kan kire mi anya ntro o se o de letter bi ana se ntwere bi go to s no so se o be se mi ansa ene mato boss ma trade na to di ebia ansa hye ho eti se de abusa abafura no busa eni baba say we no de ne de ye no o se go bo sika 214 million losses na mo se wonya no question no obe ansa de ama o na before say member Sammy Gyamfie de no so no sometimes I ask myself say do we have some NPP people who hate Ghana? Okay, Kaba ya jetu. Kana aba no me pa cho see the appear for me. Ahin. Ghana economy aye better. Ahin. Kubeni. Na oga se nanka NPP mu di sika no. Mu ATS na mu di sika no. Ana ye ho to ye see the need that form. All you need that form. Do you think nke yempe? Sometimes I just look at some of the NPP people and think that no, it seems you hate Ghanaians. Hate pan more. You cannot tell me say Ghana na ye na team. Who prepare power. Who be say Ghana ni ye. And that the same Ghana that things are going on well. But according to Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah say a projection. Well, we can't what that say in the base. But this is Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah. Around 2022. Na Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah echire mu se na nadu danko akufo oni ne Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the economic wizard, the economic messiah, papa no plus the Bank of Ghana governor then omakomu obom a fantastic job. Finance minister Ken Ofori Atta and the webdani also Ghana bi omakomu obom na de omaye no Ghana say what dollar wo the dollar bi akoshe dem say wo the dollar bi akogu dem na wo say $10 visa goes on a maton obeboka because omakobo bushia. Listen to this. Oma quoted a loan of $750 million plus other trenches a besa ba amounted to $2 billion. Ne kubobusia. Ne ye the best strengthening your currency. And someone who said this today is questioning why the gold board. Ye Ghana nanga say ye gold. Ya ton. Na Bank of Ghana this kind of money ye kotoye no. Or problem ho. Say ye manipulate this kind. Meanwhile, you were confidently telling Ghanaians, in an interview in 2022, say, wait there, Sikana Ebebano, if I were you, I'll be selling my dollars by now. And you Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah, I don't care, and Nami
economy. Very often, it has been when the fiscal policy managers go and borrow dollar as part of our financing program that you find that Ghana receives forex. That, in addition to a number of reasons that the Bank of Ghana has put out, have culminated in a situation where this year, because of the downgrades we have suffered, for which reason we cannot access the international capital markets, what is happening is that the inflow of forex is limited, and therefore the extraordinary demand by the stronger dollar and by the import pressures of our country, in addition to the repatriation of funds by investors, etc., as a result of what's happening globally, has led to a cedi that has depreciated pretty quickly. The Bank of Ghana introduced a number of measures in the short term to deal with it. And on the back of that, in fact, I think this morning the president was briefed that the $750 million that we were expecting, now all the paperwork has been concluded and should be hitting our accounts perhaps maybe today or tomorrow. That was a brief that the president was given this morning. So if I were you and I was holding on to dollar, I'll be selling it by now, because there's a lot more dollar coming in from the 750 and then also from the cocoa syndicated loan of about 1.3. That comes together to about $2 billion hitting the Ghanaian economy in the very, very, very short run. And our expectation is that it would lead to a quick stabilization. But there's also a lot of work that the Bank of Ghana is been doing, supported by the broader economic policy managers, aimed at addressing the fundamental issue, which is ensuring that we export more, get the dollars back into the Ghanaian economy as against what we import. And we need to cut down on our import bills significantly.
Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah wafaya. Na sa fire yi ana Sammy Gyamfie. Esusu o se Sammy Gyamfie the gold board sika. And a Bank of Ghana mombo yaka and a manipulate yesidi and yadwin say John Dramani Mahama ne ato is forcing and a yebo fans hunu. Sammy Gyamfie any platform no say one. Mo say 240 million losses no. Aye gold board e de bia no osimu hu. Entro enye no kure. Again, Bank of Ghana on kasi omu na mboka ana Bank of Ghana mboka. O say adie we mo na mo de bae. Mu na mo start he. Sa policy desires our gold for reserve no. Mo nchen start here na mo ntima anya ne ye. And NDC abe ne hit by creating gold board. Gold for oil na boy ka over billions of dollars no. Aya no mo create asesa. Ayo different model and operation and institution. Abe gold board and Edim for swaba na policy no the way no most we design no. Umpel. There's expenditure, but after the expenditure you expect so ubenya surplus. And that surplus no the reason why ne Ghana cedi ama Ghana for anima sire. Enti mu na mo problem. Na mu kasa bi no ntia say ana nansi just some few days ago. NPP for yandango sorry almost say Bawa company limited, Bawa company limited. Aggregator auto good. Na NDC ni ano mama na power ani ye gold no na ni o ya oswa ko obedi ye obewie sika na de no me o say Sammy Gyamfie say wait friend o say wait everything Bawa Rock Company Limited started in 2016 in 2023 under the NPP and also saying he has been there since, but after the months we in this ni a bay. Now me fact check it say Papa no kra no SI NPP ni was serve as an ambassador, was serve as every year. And Sammy Gyamfie said the 12 said, there were more than even one aggregator, about 7. Aside that, no, you were tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. And she said, no, quite first to you good. Or more this kind of mom go to gold, Nibani Yaji, Aqua Cotton as yes, ready. No, any documents made the Abama say, Abram Jedia on a man, papers as you know. Say minim wafa pie bia opie de wabro because papa ne kan na also kan. I saw kan also kan. Now you need poor packing can say boss here. Yay! But Sammy Gyamfie to ne boss chire mu. Say Ghana ni bia na wo rehye mu e gold board. Any the finance minister, any the Bank of Ghana, any John Dramani Mahama, John Kwame Nkrumah, John Ababio. Administration no. So keep your faith alive because Ghana craft ne ba be there. Gold business na fe no ma be ne kese. Afe na Ghana eba be make more. Your currency ni ba be better. Sa jandam ne settings na mo de bani na no. Hello, entro. Won't forget Munchambo. NPP for no, as your person almost say Ghana no. But ono Sammy Gyamfie, the chief executive officer, Edema Gold Board, and him say it will never happen.
I want to start with some of the issues that Bright raised. His first argument was that Cocoa Board is just like Gold Board. Cocoa Board is also not primarily a profit-making institution, just like Gold Board. And yet, we discuss Cocoa Board losses, so nobody can stop anybody from discussing Gold Board losses. First of all, that argument is flawed because let's even assume that you can make that comparison between Cocoa Board and Gold Board. Cocoa Board has been recording losses, Gold Board has not recorded a loss. So that comparison doesn't cut it. That's number one. Gold Board has not made a loss, and it doesn't matter how many times you repeat that falsehood, it will not make it right. Gold Board is a corporate body, a body corporate. In fact, it is a public corporation. It has not made a loss. Number two, no, you must understand that there is, even though Gold Board and Cocoa Board has similarities in terms of mandates, our trade models are different because we are dealing with two different commodities. Cocoa Board provides incentives and support to cocoa farmers in the form of cocoa rows, cocoa fertilizer, chemicals, rehabilitation. And so by virtue of that, are justified to give cocoa farmers prices that sometimes are 30-40% discounted. Gold Board provides no gold rules or no such incentives to miners, and therefore cannot have a justification to buy gold at a discount or to trade gold the same way cocoa is traded. Understand that. Number two, whereas cocoa is very difficult to smuggle because it is bulky. To smuggle cocoa for it to make financial sense means you're carrying bags and bags of cocoa, putting it in a truck to smuggle. Gold is a small asset, but high value asset. You can put 1 kg of gold in your pocket and cross the border, and nobody will know that you're carrying something. So you don't manage cocoa the way you manage gold. And when you're drawing parallels in a debate like this, make sure you're comparing like with like, not oranges with apples. In any case, this is the main point. Nobody is saying don't assess the efficiency of the Gold Board model like you assess the efficiency of the Cocoa Board model. But in assessing the efficiency of a policy, any policy analyst worth his salt would do that assessment from the perspective of policy objects and policy goals. So, Cocoa Board is making losses. Yes, you are right to assess that. Is Cocoa Board delivering on its mandate? Gold Board was established for the purpose of foreign exchange generation and supporting gold reserve accumulation. So when you are analyzing the efficiency of our model, you don't only look at cost, if indeed we were even incurring cost, but we are not. Currently, it is the BOG. This year, we may. Okay? But you look at it from the perspective of our cost versus the realization of our mandate or objects. That is not what you're doing. You're talking cost. In all your write-ups, you have never acknowledged the role and impact of Gold Board on this economy.
That's not correct.
Which the IMF even does. So that's number one. Number two,
I'll come to it.
He makes the argument that G4O was not for profit, and yet we discussed losses under it and it has been scrapped. Yes, G4O was also a monetary policy intervention, not for profit per se. Our criticism of G4O was one, opacity. We didn't know who were the aggregators. We didn't know how good was being bought. We didn't know a lot of things. And the most important thing was that it was not delivering the outcomes it was supposed to deliver. at least relative to cost. So BOG did a cost-benefit analysis and said that, look, the exposures we are having under G4O, both on the gold side and on the oil side, is not worth the benefits we are getting in terms of fuel price reduction, which was or stability, which was the object of G4O
on inflation.
So that is why they have scrapped it. So when you're doing the analysis, situate it in the right context. Then he says that we are interested in knowing the full chain of risk and issues and so you are interested in knowing. It means you don't know. And when you are interested in knowing something, you ask questions. You don't jump into hasty conclusions. That's number 3. Then number 4, he says the CEO of Gold Board will not admit losses, but will say that there is some cost anywhere. Hello, I said Gold Board has not made losses, and you have not been able to show that Gold Board has made losses. All you're talking about is cost under a BOG program. And you want to create an impression that cost under a BOG program on BOG books is Gold Board's cost. Where did you get that kind of analysis from? Where? So you are wrong. And we are not sharing blames, because what the BOG has done is worthy of commendation, like all Ghanaians are commending them. It is only you, or you Kabiru and the likes, who want to create an impression as though somebody at BOG has done something wrong, for which reason blame should be shared. For you to say that, oh, if at all that there is, you are saying that the issue is about burden sharing, or what did you even say? Blame sharing between Gold Board. It should be about blame sharing between Gold Board and the Gold Board.
Don't worry,
there is nothing like blame sharing.
all of it.
Again, he talks about no matter how you look at this, it is a trading loss and not just a mere administrative loss. Why? Because the IMF has said so. Okay, we are saying whether trading or administrative or whatever, we have explained to you that the bulk of this cost, which you are calling loss, over 97% of it, comes about as a result of exchange rate translational differentials, because we buy gold at market exchange rate as pertains to non-bank transactions, but accountants convert FX proceeds at BOG rates. That is it. And I've also explained to you why we buy gold as spot to fend off smugglers, because we want to prevent what happened in 2021 when a 3% discount led to a sharp decline in ASM gold output from 39.3 to 3.4 tons, and therefore we incur transaction cost. You understand? So understand that. Then he says that from their investigations, they have heard that some self-financing aggregators are saying that BOG, Bower Rock is making their business difficult. They can't compete. But who told you that licensees of Gold Board are supposed to compete among themselves? Who told you that? If you don't have information, ask. Who told you that? A self-financing aggregator is not supposed to go and borrow money from any bank for any business. You don't even know that. The reason why we have allowed for self-financing aggregators is so that if there is an off-taker somewhere who wants to send dollars in advance of exports, he can send the dollars to a licensed self-financing aggregator through Gold Board's account. Gold Board takes the dollars and give the CD equivalent to the self-financing aggregator to go and buy gold at Gold Board's price. There is nothing like competition. At Gold Board's price. And then Gold Board exports the gold to the off-taker of the self-financing aggregator. We did not introduce that layer of license buying to create competition among licensed buyers, which will eventually lead to price hikes. Okay. And that will come on our books as increased cost. Then he says that Bower Rock, we checked from Income, and Bower Rock was not an exporter, and now they have learned that Bower Rock was only buying for somebody. Who told you that under the old regime, we only had gold exporters? Under the old regime, you must know that the PMMC issued gold trading licenses for people to buy and sell gold locally. That was PMMC licenses. And then we had the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources issuing license for people to buy and export gold. Bower didn't have a license to buy and export, but he had a license from PMMC from 2016, 2017 to 2024 to buy and sell gold in Ghana.
So if you can keep your responses crisp enough, so I'm bringing in Senor.
And he was far bigger.
You have done about 9 minutes.
Hold on.
I want Senor
you
to
can't give me 9 minutes
it's most unfair.
as the CEO.
It's most unfair to
I'll come to him, and Senor himself may even give me part of his time. So I beg you.
He hasn't.
That's number one. That's number one. Then number two, he says that everything I've said about Power, all the issues about Power Rock, is enough for Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah and the NPP to have a suspicion that something may be wrong. Really, Bright? You hold press conferences based on suspicions?
Yes.
You write
Yes.
all your write-ups based on suspicions?
In the democracy, yes.
No. You don't go to town with suspicions as though they are conclusive facts.
They say,
when you have suspicions,
it's not mere suspicions. I mean, they say
yes,
it is an arrangement, a system to bleed the state whilst an individual is making a benefit.
Rather, and I have explained to you with documents that they cannot dispute, that rather it is a sensible risk mitigating measure to make sure that if you are going to give public funds to somebody to buy good, you get a guarantee against it. That is a no-brainer. Again, he says that all he's asking for is transparency. Really? And I heard Kabiru saying that what we are doing is opaque. BOG raises CDs, syndicate CDs from the market, FSCs, for gold board through an auction. Do you know the meaning of an auction? You call an auction opaque. It means you don't even know what an auction is. Gold board buys gold by law through licensed buyers. And all our licensed buyers are published on our website. Anybody can go and check, including Power Rock. And you are calling for transparency. What information did you need that you asked and we didn't give you? Let's go on. Then he says that obviously there will be shortfalls based on our trading model. So how will the shortfalls are financed through foreign reserves? Any trading shortfalls that arise as a result of policy cost is financed through the same reserve. And the key thing here is that after we finance the shortfalls, the reserve has increased from $8.9 billion as of December 2024 to over $13 billion as of December 2025. The reserves didn't go down after we financed the trading shortfalls. It rather went up exponentially. Then he says that if we buy gold with high-powered money, it will lead to inflation, so there will be high sterilization costs. Sterilization cost will even be higher if you don't attain FX market stability. That is trite. Again, you must know that when the Bank of Ghana uses high power under the NPP, they say you should
be concluding.
Oh, Charlie, you are making me rush through very important matters that your viewers expect a duty bearer like me.
Substantive issues have been canvassed over 1 hour. Substantive issues have been canvassed over 1 hour.
Then he says that we are pre-committed. He says that he doesn't know whether we have pre-commitments with off-takers. We don't have pre-commitments with off-takers because we don't take advances. You wrote on your your X page that we have only one main off-taker, that is BOG, or one or two. You said 2 or 3.
I didn't say that.
We have 7. Under the NPP, there was only one off-taker called Alpha Stream. One off-taker. You didn't write anything about Alpha Stream. Let me finish. Alpha Stream was selling to Stonex, who didn't even have a contract with the BOG.
I was the first person to talk about Alpha Stream.
The Dr. Siama-led BOG has introduced 7 off-takers. They are Vintage Bullion, they are Gold Saddle, they are Well Gold, they are Sovereign Pinnacle, and all that.
All of them are published on my site.
Again, you say that large-scale gold is also bringing dollars. Who has said large-scale gold is not bringing dollars? But we are saying that for the first time in the history of Ghana, the small scale sector, because of the good work done by Gold Board, has beaten the large scale sector. Whereas as at 24th December 2024, large scale gold sector had brought in FX to the tune of $9.2 billion. Small scale has brought in $10.8 billion. First time in history. Then you say that, why should we give all the CD stability credit to the Gold Board? Whoever said that Gold Board should be given all the credit? Nobody has said so. But you told Senor that if policymakers and government officials tell you that subsidies are good, then it means subsidies are good. Well, the finance minister says that Gold Board is the single most critical intervention that has led to the stability of the cedi. The Bank of Ghana says so. The IMF has said so. So why do you want us not to believe the finance minister, the governor of the Bank of Ghana, the IMF, and believe Bryce Simmons?
Thank you.
Now to
now, okay, free fa. Papa no na say na NPP defense ni na no ono na yes je Roma Saduma no ene Paulo Maldini tire Kevin Taylor aye ne ho Ronaldo Zidane, Rivaldo, Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo no also aye ne ho Maldini, Iniesta, John Terry because say no what happen was all they were attacking kwa Ogbogos ana the friend say backyard position also say both defend the party papa so say hu hwensem hunu Sammy Gyamfie wa okaka kire ya Ghana ni bia nka hwenkyere no o se hwensem hunu Sammy Gyamfie hwe Yankopon eni brunsem atiko okaka kire Ghana for say gold no okan say ajapa deal na ye say o ye de ni na akoma ba akofo na royalties o medi royalties omunkon na ni na no o se omo de say na royalties no medi na we de ya hye de ahwe Yankopon anim e de we ni na aka bom e de ma nipa ba akopɛ enti John Mahama and in Ibrahim Mahama, I nua. Omo your madrin say Ghana gold no. Omo be mafia ye. Omo ba be na in fact. As what can you bad oketachi. In say you hire woman nye da kura. O say gold ra asantifo ahemfo etete so ni ta. Sammy Gyamfie and the John Dramani Mahama ayo madrin say enkunya ni na o magini na. O be say answer na NDC besi efre kunya so. In 2028 na gold no ba ko kran ka asase so. Ba ko kran ka so akunya gold bi anim. Gold ni Ghana hakura na say achima na mo ye ja gold ma mo no wo de mu nya bi mo bedidi na se ya na me gada je no enti Sammy Gyamfie ka sa o kan ye ni na no wonte ase fa insebo kan bebre ni na no enie o gada ji enie yo yati
2016 2017 2018 2019 Sammy Gyamfie antimi amfa any of the licenses or register amphibia and subconsciously Sammy Gyamfie share so every year but the do baby are all prove say omo a year renewal of license or the 2020 the end by one for 2016 one for 2017 one for 2018 one for 2019 or the 2020 the end by now 2020 near be called election so people thought that they will win that election so quickly and omo koko renew the license of Bar Rock and from 2016. Omkoko renew ye. And the young winning election. Yabekwa kwa say Bar Rock a year juma sa ana. Yan twaso Sammy Gyamfie. Twaso
is gold trading license. Now, this company we call Bar Rock has been one of the major gold suppliers in the country. In fact, they were one of the major gold suppliers to aggregators under MIFs. When I say MIF, I'm talking about the MIF.
So Muntie Sammy Gyamfie power ha. Or say Bar Rock was a major gold supplier to aggregators. So first of all, Bar Rock was not an aggregator, but not a gold buyer. So Sammy Gyamfie say nay, Bar Rock na or no now or yet supplier to aggregators, all of a sudden, those aggregators, enya bank guarantee ama. Neumum supply.
Asama mi bisa no penny say. Sammy Gyamfie, CEO of Gold Board. Where nya bibi ama wase a, mo amwa sori ni tiri so no, mo ba no kro no. Ye nyina ye wo ha na kuntabuo ni ba say for the first time in the history of Ghana. Ebra Gold Board e ba ye no. Ye timi akoton gold ama wo man no yen forex no sika ye nya ebro $1 billion. First time in the history of Ghana. Chesenye sabra NPP abangadano was one the kaisi kwa IMF.
0.7.
Nesika ye wewe asomai no ye 3 billion. Eteki yen be 3 years and sana chances ni nyineba. Baba antie. He says John Dramani Mahama say Sammy kohwe ho ye ho mra and the certificate of agency e de koi. Ama first time wa ye be ye be di buonya dollar no a escalate ankoso against the city. Meti argument bi nkrofo say oh sika no amu say e wo ho no a NDC for ba ye wo mu de ye nnuma wo mu tua ka na no debt servicing ye tua 700 and something $million. Hey, wo mu se na sika no wo ho wo mu je sika nti no mba fa o ma baba fa aye bibia wo mu ntimi o mu nkwa me fo nkwa gye busia no kwese me bisa ne papa wo ne o mba wo fie na wo aduane gu ho na aduane de assuming se mu gye sika kra ho aduane no enkom de nkwala no wan fa sika no ankoto wan fa aduane no ama nkwala no ana wo sa abusia panini apam wo ma akro ye pam wo ma akọ yiye no de oba ye de okoyi aduane no de aba se nkwala ni se mo se dollar no kra no wo mo ekushi ayina market na enti na ma dollar ni stable na mate mo wo hare na mo nye wow ende nipa bi asori he wa de ne de ne china de ne china na no wa hwe news file bia no won se gold board fo ene Sammy Gyamfie wa mu nyankopon te ase mo be ka kire yen se okay fam president Mahama ba ye ne NDC ba ye ya ena sa bawa company no mu incorporate ye Opulu ayi ba ye on this file e ba ya oba kire se it was incorporated in 2015. Ana musa koy argument bi so mobua ana musa ba e musa sesa no musa ko fa ba e se 2022 2023 afedie panelist ba ko gina so say okay say by partisan probe number jo mu ana mu ye dede sa mu ana mu gusu ye dede no gold maton bi da emfaso no aba over 1 billion de won ka ho asem na say emfaso over 1 billion ba cost to nim hwe munim omanfo nim now the difference 1 year on men kase president Akufo-Addo anye bibia o yibe ye bi but baby aye duro no afa na wo munya afio at least so far so good Sammy Gyamfie wo de tudwa wo kire mu mu koka aggregator ana wo be kire mu e de a kire se only one company firm and na omiti sa gold board aggregator criteria no criteria ye kan me kire mu aba susudue a ye di susuo se se ni tie wan that de me kan nyina ehia me nie munyai ma wo ma de amamu na hye wo mo nsa no wo mo nyiri wo ho no wo mo nyo wan ena ne nipa bi abo nipa bi pa ene wo kase ye kina wo kase nipa bi wo ho a chese wo mo de ni bibi a making kan asama owura Sammy Gyamfie tudwa o kire mu a wo se bawa rock company no as the only firm no certify the eligibility requirement no and no ye man no gold board man no license 2025 and wo kire mu se eniema bebre wo wa o mo kasa internally no and intentionally no wo ma create bibia ye friend se monopoly no enye no kre dwumadie no afa no wo ma hya ase it is how be ntugum bebrebe ya ebe say but I yield the results o dey assuming say Ghana aboka 215 million or thereabout me pa cho kwatifim ayina aban kwatifim fa so ayenyenim ye hwade. My point is clear here. Se mo adawroma mo amoka bi ewo mu eye agenda no doso dodo agenda no doso munya ma Sammy na adwuma hwe me di obi achiam na koton gold ye wa Ghana ha na ye gold no wo be ko adwaman so no wo be ko ba bi to say India, ubeko baby to say Dubai, ubeko baby to say Turkey. Okoyo mo records mu a gold ya free Ghana ha yakoton wo ho no ebi brum 12 billion baba be books mu no na de ye de akwa ewe ye books mu no ebi a 900 million Ghana dollars na fahin de nipa bi de animu airport ha de animu na wo mo ne India for aye lie oh chese na adwuma a wa ya wa airport won say me boa ma transport gold ko no man in your who no man in your who dear no man in ya and they you streamline things say ubeton gold fabra no man in chiaoka nefako afi argument ba ko amosa ko fa ba ni say say gold no galamsey fo gold no o moto assuming so obi akoye galamsey o mugusu yo yate kanena galamsey ni tua no ode akoma India ni no ode akoma obi na o ma ni nya ho hwe eni neyi a wo matimi a kire se okay gold ni etu free ha source of gold etu ye ni ye de break gold board ama gold board ato ni ye de akono fa so be na wo do baby a na otan no doors do baby a na otan no doors afa mu a mo atwepen a mo ye dede no sabre na wo kwa adwaman so kɔhwe gold ya ton a eburu be 12 billion then nei wo ba na ba ye books mu so a wo ba hwe a biki to a bi no question me bi san sabre na mo Ghana ha ya shisha agenda ya shisha wi a na ya fa kire ni abehu yan na yese afa na agro na sha ase Mejimi di sasa we Ghana niyama pa. We must help government bia or bia to succeed. Enye NDC, enye NPP. Government bi or bia no, you must help that government to succeed. Oma be na akoswa obi a tam gold wa no no ade kwa adwama so na kwaton se de ope. Yen regulate. Na obi abo obi pa chale monko ya ne pam boy no ye pam boy ni wi a fe ne ho ada ho na fe ye twefam okay fm 101.7 enye fe na no pa mo a mobile news file no nipa ni wo kwa kam a me de kam mo because niam bebre am kan no o twe files no ba e kwa say the firm was incorporated in 2015 and now wam say mu in 2022 2023 da no na mo ka che say oh mahama ba ye ya afa kwa de che de no am say Joyce ba o sa jandam enyema nko a si Jesus besrebo afu ye bedi nkomo e de afa oman ho ni ahwe se oman toto ye ne be yi de enko yi no ye beka ye koyi no so ye be ye afa kwa mi bi some question ba ko say a Bank of Ghana for the cotton gold no ana Sammy Gyamfie na ube na so no de ko airport question mi bi some say sika na cotton no Sammy Gyamfie na oba agim no de ba ana say ebesi Bank of Ghana ye ni na last 2 years so last 3 years mo ba say Bank of Ghana aboka 600 million and CS na mo Bank of Ghana so aboka o okoto de yin ana wano amo ma ho adi mesremo o man na ye nyina echichire ba bi eye no ye nka saye afredi om so ai so om de ayin nyina no wo mo records ni nyina ebeto dwa ana Sammy se media to dwa next time come prepared na mumfa na discourse no enye de ko Sammy no so no onye bayira abere wadwo enti asema no woma mo no pay no okay 101.7
But according to the finance minister, Dr. Kezel Ato Forsen, say, when you na ya, no ebony fo, Say one ye na ya now you're body air for. Or say a brand and friends Sammy Gyamfie they were achieving in 1 year. Less than 1 year program starting April. And we see December and January. Or say they were 1 year, less than 1 year. It will take some other people about 5 years. And so the Sammy Gyamfie, I am a gold board no. Or much may be was a brand and we are bear off. What be a Washington? Say, I say in the Ghana, you see the air performing not since 2007. You got the strongest currency ever in our history. Apart from say over there, the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Asiama, older Asino. At the same time, older John Dramani Mahama Asino. Satan not that papa your friend no. Sammy Gyamfie swase. If you say and the brilliant work out of the gold board, ye wo hono no. And now conjure all the magic and then NPP for so monti omo ho ase na a manipulation of the and any buafa kese and there's a loss in gold board and then there's loss in Bank of Ghana. Says how loss ni na no. As the ordinary Ghanaian say, how are you faring? Christmas brutal. But see from January crack a bit more brutal. And this I say I never more yet the sweet say on just commentary na ban here and there. Or say nipa ya dia on. Or say ayi. And the moment papa a friend Sammy Gyamfie who say or see and you be born about so yen money who and say I come for no. And then Ghana ni bia if you pray one for Sammy Gyamfie. Why? Your finance minister and at the same time our acting defense minister. Papa your friend daughter cases are too forcing. Ato is forcing. And the fans no am Sammy Gyamfie correct pa. Anyway, your division no. Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah in the NPP. To honor Ghana are making loss. Ye manipulate your friend saying your currency. IMF ever can the same thing. Yan fear IMF. Rate near your IMF de my nano. Ya biti, ya quatra. Dear IMF prediction and near quatra. Brunin payasem in Ketiase. IMF from Pacific free IMF loan yet yase. Na NPP near Ghana ni. Wa ukobo bushia of over 2 billion. Ever pumpy, ever the same thing. And the gold board generating me. Who problem? With Sammy Gyamfie, who a problem with John Mahama, who a problem with Bank of Ghana governor. But finance minister at the time said that Sammy Gyamfie cano or you correct. Samosi are two on air force there. Or what I says in the source, Nisika, baby a free bar. Sammy Gyamfie and then the draw ever into over $10 billion. I guess so for gold board Adiaba and Oruso. Oh, who so pass? Sammy Gyamfie to my some magic idea, but he said the question is in the crack. Ah, say MPP, ne crack. Me so far as I'll be okay. Fuel price will be down. The city will keep on performing. I'll have a good life. Me you okay? Minimo, I don't know about you. Then I want you. Then officer MPP for now. I'm going to Ghana and say that we will take care of because in Quebec, you still not about the key. But I'm say I didn't hear. Why? I don't want to know. There are some, some, me some, because there are few, I'm about John Mahama Basso. I don't say, I say he's doing well. I'm not to police not to intend because it's Ghana first. But why are some people choosing political party over Ghana? For comment, comment section as we are. Subscribe it, like it, na share more. Esu enyebi ready no. Back up Maxi Billian. The truth teller, our naked truth on Oldboga Trends. Bye bye.